explanation of his relationship with the woman was absolutely fanciful and ridiculous. And he was the last few weeks is that Meghan has got no real income anymore. She's finished.
Right.
The Netflix series is over.
Got way beyond herself because she really doesn't understand the British royal family or Britain.
Oh, honey, let me tell you something that'll make your jaw drop. Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew. Now that's a pair no one saw coming together in the same gossip sentence. I mean, she was a Hollywood girl who struck gold and turned princess, and he's the Queen's own son, born into royalty itself. Two totally different worlds, right? But wait, don't run off just yet, because behind those polished smiles and royal waves lies a little-known secret that ties them much closer than anyone ever admitted. Long before Meghan ever met Harry, she was already dipping her toes in Andrew's world. The world of glittering champagne parties, billion-dollar yachts, and rooms so private the curtains have security clearance. And girl, the clues? Oh, they were right there under our noses all along. By the end of this, you'll be gasping at the little question Meghan once asked the Queen about Andrew that left everyone blinking in disbelief. So buckle up, darling. This story's about to roll downhill fast. Picture it. Meghan at Buckingham Palace walking through those gold-rimmed doors beside her prince, her palms sweating, her heart thumping. This was it. Every acting gig, every red carpet smile had led her right there, face to face with the Queen of England.
Bauer just tore Meghan Markle's image to pieces. From yacht girl whispers to shocking royal...
Now imagine the pressure. You're about to meet the most powerful woman alive, and standing right next to her, Prince Andrew himself, the Queen's pride and problem child all rolled into one. Cameras flashing, guards standing stiff, and Meghan, cool as silk, turns to Harry and whispers, "Who's that guy next to your grandma?" "Baby." "What?" She said that like she'd never seen him before. The Queen's own son, like Andrew was just some +1 at brunch.
I thought that Meredith Maines, who is a very aggressive PR for the Sussexes.
And you know what? Everyone ate it up, the shy American girl act. Oh, she's so innocent, she doesn't even know royal gossip, please. That story made her look humble, sweet, down to earth. But when you start digging, when you pull those shiny curtains back, you realize that little "who's that guy" line might have been the best performance of her career. Because Meghan, oh, she'd been orbiting that royal world long before Harry ever texted her hello.
Tom Bauer just discovered one of the most puzzling age mysteries in modern royal history. In his words, the version of Meghan the public...
She'd already been breathing the same perfume-soaked air at the same secret parties. You know, the ones with no cameras, no press, just old money and new scandals. You don't just bump into those circles, you earn your way in, or you plan your way in. And Meghan? Baby, she planned. So that, "Who's that man" routine. Now it smells less like curiosity and more like strategy. She knew exactly what to look like in that moment. Innocent, unaware, and hopelessly in love. Let's rewind the reel. Back to before royalty, before Hollywood glam. Meghan was just another ambitious actress hustling for lines in a casting room. But she was never content to stay ordinary. A reporter once had drinks with her back in those days. And child, she wasn't talking about scripts or roles. No ma'am. She was talking about making a name in the British press. Not Hollywood, Britain. She wanted her name on London pages, her face next to royal rumors. That girl was mapping out a battle plan like a general in lip gloss. And listen to this. The reporter mentioned some nasty rumors about a soccer player, and Meghan's face changes like a light switch. She realized she'd let something slip, not embarrassed, calculating. Even then, she was learning how to climb the ladder without showing the rungs. This was never just about fame, it was about power. And honey, the names she was eyeing were royal adjacent. People like Ewan, that mysterious billionaire who glides through the world's most exclusive rooms like a ghost with a credit card limit the size of a small country. And guess who his drinking buddy was? Prince Andrew. Now let's slide into Meghan's college days. Her friends said she'd vanish for weeks at a time. No texts, no calls, then come back glowing and giggling about yacht trips and weekends with friends. Sweetheart, college kids don't just weekend on yachts. People heard the name Ewan back then too. At first they thought she was bluffing, trying to sound fancy, until photos surfaced years later. And let me tell you, they weren't no student trips. There she was, posing on boats with the same rich and famous crowd that traveled with Andrew. And oh yes, 2001, Thailand. Prince Andrew was there too. Same place, same time. Coincidence, please? That girl was studying networking, not foreign languages. And then there's that 3-month mystery in her resume, the one she never mentions. Supposedly she was studying in Spain, yet no photos, no stories, no memories, nothing. Not a word on her old blog. It's like Spain never happened. People who knew her say she wasn't in class at all. She was living large in Mediterranean villas and boats that scream old money. And guess who was in that same area? Yep, our mysterious Ewan. Now connect the dots yourself. She wasn't collecting credits. She was collecting contacts, one handshake at a time. Her so-called Spain semester was just the start of a pattern, darling. Every time there was a blank spot in her story, something shiny seemed to glimmer right behind it. When a party here, a yacht there, a powerful man's invitation just around the corner, she was learning the royal ropes long before she wore a tiara. When people later said, "Oh, Meghan was just lucky," I laughed so hard I nearly spilled my tea. Luck? No, sweetheart. That was blueprint precision. Then came the glow-up years. She wasn't famous yet, not even close, but she moved like a woman who already knew the ending of her movie. Every step was strategic. Who she sat beside, who she toasted, which photos she allowed to exist. One wrong camera and she'd vanish from the frame. Soon, opportunity knocked. A small role in Suits. Cute little legal drama, nice paycheck, but nothing earth-shaking. Still, Meghan somehow lived like a star. Flights in first class, parties in Hong Kong, private lounges where champagne cost more than rent. For a side character on cable TV, something didn't add up. But then, oh honey, it clicked. Hong Kong wasn't about promotion, it was about positioning. There she was, giving a casual interview, chatting about royalty in town, dropping Prince Andrew's name like he was just another guest at brunch, and suddenly that interview disappeared, wiped off the face of the internet, gone, poof. Tell me that's not suspicious. You know powerful fingers were pulling digital strings that day, because, my dear, Andrew was there in Hong Kong, same time, same exclusive parties. Witnesses whispered that Meghan floated through those private rooms where cameras dared not flash, the same air, the same laughter, the same champagne glasses clinking. Coincidence? Please. That's twice now their paths accidentally crossed in luxury. From there, things just got juicier. By 2015, Meghan still wasn't a household name. No Oscars, no Vogue covers, but she kept popping up in the world's most secret parties. How? Who invited her? Someone powerful, obviously. The gossip mill pointed straight to Ron Burkle, the billionaire gatekeeper of the Soho House empire. A man who collects celebrities like souvenirs. He adored Meghan, flew her around on his private jet, introduced her to his circle, made sure her name slipped into all the right guest lists. And guess who else frequented those same Burkle parties? Prince Andrew, baby. Same tables, same conversations, just quieter back then. When Burkle opens a door, you don't walk, you glide. And Meghan, she glided like she'd been born for it. At the Soho House opening in Istanbul, the most elite party of the year, she shows up looking effortless, standing shoulder to shoulder with Oscar winner Eddie Redmayne. The papers printed everyone's names, except hers. She was right there in the photo, yet unnamed, invisible on purpose. Now tell me, why would a woman desperate for fame hide her name in a newspaper? Because she was building mystery, not celebrity. Because mystery opens richer doors than fame ever could. And that weekend? Oh darling, Prince Charles and young Harry were also in Turkey. What a coincidence. Again, you see how the lines keep crossing? Meghan didn't orbit royalty. She magnetized it. As time passed, she stopped needing Hollywood's spotlight. She discovered a different kind of fame, the power of proximity. Once you sit beside the right billionaire at dinner, you don't need a casting director's approval. And every move, every event, every smile looked choreographed, like she'd studied the royal playbook page by page. Her circle grew smaller but richer. Invitations came from yachts, not studios. From charity galas, not auditions. She didn't chase the crown, she let it notice her. Then came the moment that tied all the strings together. The Jamaica wedding of 2017. Oh, honey, that was the stage she'd been rehearsing for. Harry arrived like any other guest. Commercial flight, regular seat, normal clothes. Meghan, private jet, courtesy of none other than Ron Burkle himself. You don't fly someone across oceans for nothing. That's a royal-sized gesture before the ring even hits the finger. The guest list sparkled with familiar names. Princess Eugenie, Sarah Ferguson, Fergie herself, and yes, our recurring player, Prince Andrew, all under one tropical sun. And yet, not a single verified photo of Andrew or Fergie from that entire event. Strange, isn't it? A world where everyone has smartphones and somehow half the royal family just disappears from the camera roll. Someone wanted it that way. Someone curated that story. And Meghan? Practically invisible too, like a shadow in designer sunglasses. She was there, but only the right people knew. You can almost see the strategy shimmering around her like perfume. That weekend wasn't luck, my love. That was years of networking paying off. From college yachts to Hong Kong penthouses to Soho House in Istanbul, every coincidence lining up for that very moment. Because by the time she and Harry officially became a thing, the insiders already knew what the tabloids didn't. She'd been preparing for this role long before the world started watching. And maybe that's why the palace crowd never blinked. They'd seen her in their rooms before. They recognized the face, even if the cameras didn't. So, when she stood before the Queen that day and tilted her head with that innocent smile, "Who's that man beside your grandmother?" That wasn't confusion, that was performance, a masterclass. And child, it worked. Because baby, in that one moment, she rewrote her whole story. The world saw an innocent American girl lost in the palace halls, but those who really knew whispered, "She's been here before." Meghan didn't stumble into royalty. She strategized her way right to the throne's doorstep. Every yacht, every whispered dinner, every missing photo, each one was a stepping stone. When she asked that innocent question about Andrew, it wasn't ignorance. It was brilliance. She knew the power of pretending not to know. That sweet "who's that man?" face melted hearts and erased her past connections like magic. Suddenly, she wasn't the girl from the yachts. She was the fairy tale outsider who captured a prince's heart. The smartest trick in the royal book, honey, is to play lost while you're holding the map. Meghan did just that, and when the cameras flashed, she smiled, knowing she'd just won the biggest role of her life. The Duchess, the legend, the woman who fooled the palace and made the world believe in a love story she'd been scripting for years.